From Oklahoma's oil and gas industry to our agriculture industry, pollutants are in the air and need to be monitored. It is part of the DEQ's job to keep those responsible for the air quality reports up to date on environmental issues.
There's federal guidelines, but in turn there's also state guidelines, and there's various requirements that they have to report various pieces of information, and we're going through explaining what those things are, where they might get that information for their particular operation, sources, resources like that. And we have a reporting tool called Redbud, named after the Oklahoma State tree.
The Redbud system allows companies to input all of the air quality measurements, and the program automatically calculates the emissions. Environmental consultants and company representatives listened in on ways they can keep track of the pollutants their companies are producing.
Our clients are required, because they're permitted entities, polluting entities in the state of Oklahoma. And I say polluting, I don't mean, that they're bad actors nonetheless, but they're required by law to do that. And so we monitor the criteria and toxic and hazardous air pollutants and then report on those.
Environmental programs specialist with the DEQ, Mark Gibbs, says all sorts of companies can be the source of pollutants. In Oklahoma, we have the oil and gas industry, but we also have companies that produce volatile pollutants such as paint. Jim Kennedy, a private consultant and owner of OneSource, says today, environmentally, everything is monitored.
If it goes in the air, the land, or the sea, it's regulated, and you can't afford to buy a property or do any type of acquisition without knowing who did what before you're there. If you don't do the due diligence and do the testing and the digging and the shoveling, then you buy the liability, and that's mega millions.